I'm sorry, y'all. But it is the morning, the AM. Finally record back in the morning. I gotta get back in the swing of these things sometimes. But if you see this face and you see the face beside me, that means it's time to talk some wrestling. And that means it's a good day anytime we get to do that. So before we even jump into that though, Reek, how you feeling? How you doing? Coach
Real good,
Reek.
man. Yes, sir. We 7-1. Got the boys' trophies. They on the way. They'll be here Monday
Okay.
tomorrow because it's not Saturday. They'll be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna hand them out after the last game. I mean, we the champions regardless of whether or not we win.
Right.
But we gonna win. I mean, we were literally clowning. I mean, we had like put all five best players in. We was damn near dancing on the sideline. If, if you know, you know. But when LeBron was with the Cavs in like 2010, and they was blowing teams out by the fourth quarter. Him, Danny Green, Mo Williams, they was on
They
that
turned
sideline
they hit the
dancing.
bench.
Like the younger people know it as what the Brooklyn Nets was doing. LeBron and them was doing that shit first.
Right.
So that's basically what we be doing. They be begging to get back in the game. So they be like, let us get back in. Let's get back in. I gotta get my stats. I gotta get my stats. Like, bro, it's 50-13. I'm not putting y'all in. I'm putting y'all back in the game, bro.
So what do y'all get hurt? This my fault.
Exactly,
Now I'm Tom
exactly.
Thibodeau in the rec leagues.
And then the little refs, not the little refs, the refs are like people that I know. So they be like, man, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta take them out. You gotta take them out. Why are you doing this to them? I'm like, bro, like they gotta play too. Like I can't just hit them the whole game. Like I only played them like 5 minutes of the first quarter, last 3 minutes of the second quarter, and then 4 minutes of the third quarter. They ain't even get to play for real. I was like, but then if they go out there and BS, then they not getting no better. So it's like, I
Right.
don't know, man. I'm like, if y'all gonna put the players out there, they better be ready. But I was like, next week, it's the last game, so I'll let y'all cook a little bit.
Also,
But
it builds a team environment. Like if the bench players
it
get
do.
in and like they feel like they actually contributing to dubs,
Mm-hmm.
then you got a
It
whole
do.
new team. Is your team raw enough? Could y'all make a little AAU team? You playing a little tournament. That's what we did a
Low
couple
key.
times.
Low key.
Playing some little tournaments. I feel like you should do that. Just find like a little local tournament that's not too expensive for parents, and that's not too with too much exposure. And yeah, just have them go out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, you can change somebody's
Yeah,
life. You never know. They might
for
make a
sure.
prime hooper for the rest of their life just by
I
that
was about
little
to say
tournament.
one of my guards, he like it's light for him. Like he be jogging. Like I'm talking about like dude tried to strip him at half court, he hit him with a cross. The whole crowd go, ooh, even dude at the source, he was like, I said,
What?
shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. He get down, lace that jump.
He
Nothing
did.
but that. I
Mm,
said, bro. Then he came back down the next time. They like they freed up the whole side for him, hit him with a double cross, little light floater off the glass. They was like, take him out. Take him
they
out.
say yeah, he too raw. He don't need to be in here. Who let him in here?
He jogging. It's like,
Yeah, that's how
there was
man.
one
I
game he wore
always
pajama pants to the game. He played the game with pajama pants on and was cooking him. I'm
I
like,
tell you, he was on his Lamelo Ball at Spire. That boy Lamelo did
exactly.
not care when he was at Spire at all.
At all.
Straight head. Bro had on a hoodie and AirPods in the introductions. I said, bro ain't gonna take his hoodie off. That's so disrespectful. But if you got it, you got it. I was never them ones that
That's a
just
fact.
had it. I had to come in
That's a
ready.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I wish I could be cool like that, but no.
But no, I'm gonna have to do that. I might have to look into that because I don't know too many things around here because I didn't grow up here. So um, I normally have to ask people about stuff like that. But
Hell yeah, they'll
definitely,
love it, bro. They'll love
at
it.
least
Even if they
our
lose,
like
it's an
first five
experience.
starters for sure.
Right.
They can all hoop. They all
So
understand the game.
yeah, the way I felt
And
was
then the
like
bench players, they're not bad. They just don't got
they
the
just be
same
there. They just be
ability.
there. They gotta
Yeah,
show up ready.
I mean, when they all, I think almost all of them scored except for maybe two players. Everybody else scored. Maybe it's just one player that didn't score actually.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they look, they would enjoy it because like even if you do lose, but you get an all day experience with your boys.
Hmm.
Like even the little breaks you get in between the games, like there'll be times you gotta wait like an hour between your next game, like concession
Yep.
stands, y'all booling, playing around, then it just be time to hoop. So it's definitely one of them things, especially if you
Yeah.
like your coach, which I'm assuming they all do. But
Yeah.
um,
But yeah, picture that they talking about one of the kids talking about he listened to Sleepy Hollow and Juice WRLD. I said, you ready to kill and die at the same time? I'm confused. I don't. you sad and you trying to kill people? Like I'm
Hold on, bro.
confused at what you
Hey,
got going on, bro.
both great artists though. Shout out Sleepy Hollow and definitely shout out my dog Juice World.
I go hold you. I don't listen to neither one. So
But
when
he's
he was
sad.
talking,
But
I was
yeah,
like, I
he
don't know
definitely
what
a
you
sad
chatting.
kid. He a sad kid. I don't know what's going on. Cause I didn't start listening to Juice World till I was going through something for real, and then I was like, I like this dude. I can get through this. But for him to be like,
I think
how
he's
old is he?
14,
10,
maybe 15. No, he's 14.
14? Okay, I mean, tell him to go turn on some $1 million baby or something and enjoy his life.
And then one of the kids is like, man, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that Cardi? I said, I only heard a 20-second snippet. It was terrible.
You was
It
done.
was like,
You was
remember
done.
they said we waited 5 years for this? I said, bro, you was like 11. No, not even 11. You was like 8 when his last album came out. What you mean we had to wait 5 years?
Yeah, tell him to
So why
sit
y'all
back.
even allowed to listen to
Tell him to
Cardi
sit
right now?
back because I was really waiting for that long. Tell him to sit back. I'm not feeling that. That's my first. I'm not feeling it. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. Let me play the clip just for little bruh since he want to be a fan. You not a fan. Don't do that. Hold on. Where you at, Roman? Matter of fact,
You just made the list.
he made the list. He ain't even on my I'm not feeling it. He just made the list. What's his name?
It was Sam that said we had to wait.
Sam, my sweet boy. You just made the list.
A sweet boy is crazy.
He probably is sweet. He probably is a little sweet little young child. He probably a cool little kid. You can't call kids sweet no more. Is that crazy?
Yes, that's crazy.
Drew, that's crazy. All right, Sam, you just made the list, gang. You done. Regardless, you started off cool, but
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's over with. It's over with, man. I'm just not feeling that. These kids, man, they taking over the music space.
My kids at work, they be mustard. I'm like, what you on, man? Like,
I gotta give
you
that.
only listen
That's
to heavy
hard though.
metal.
That's hard though.
They only
Hey,
listen to heavy metal. They hate every other genre of music. Like literally hate. Like if any music gets played on the radio or at our parties, he'd be like, "This song sucks. This song sucks." And it could be like, I don't know. It could be Taylor Swift. It could be Billie Eilish.
but they love that
It could be
mustard.
whoever. But he heard everybody else saying mustard. He walked around mustard.
That's how much pull that
When you
man
start doing
Kendrick
that,
got. That's how much pull Kendrick got. He got the kids listening to the mustard only. They probably walk around with that on loop, just saying mustard. Probably. That's something I would do if I was a kid. I don't know why. I would do that sometimes.
I ain't
I
like
would,
mustard as a kid. Well, I still don't like mustard, so I wouldn't even.
but I'm
If I
saying
was a
I
kid,
used
I'd
to
be like, why
listen to
he ain't say like
Migos.
ketchup or something?
Yeah, I hate mustard to this day. But when I was a kid,
Say,
I used to listen to like the Migos, and I used to be like, I used to try to look up like ad libs only or some bull like that, because I don't know, you just do weird stuff when you a kid. I don't know. I don't know why. But I
no, the
mean,
Migos definitely had the ad libs down.
I didn't even like the Migos when I was a kid. That's the crazy part. Like when we was younger, like
Yeah.
early high school, I did not like them until I heard Versace with Drake, and I was like, "Ooh, this hard."
See, I just told Bryce that shit on the show last week on Tuesday. We was arguing because he's talking about, oh, respect Rick Ross. Ain't no fucking respect Rick Ross, man. Ain't nobody talking about Rick Ross in 2025. It ain't got nothing to do with Drake.
Stop, bro. I'm gonna
Just
be
keep it a
honest.
bug.
We not. See, the only reason why I knew about Rick Ross was because no, you right for sure. And when nobody listen to Rick Ross,
Oh,
but my uncle loved Port of Miami. He loved
hmm
he loved them albums. So that's the only reason why I know
hmm
the Rosses and Jeezys of the world
yeah,
because.
exactly. My uncle listened to Jeezy
But if I
nonstop,
wasn't
so
put on, I'm not listening to Rick
I'm
Ross.
not listening.
I'm not
Not
listening to that.
listening.
So
Not going for
I'm
none of that.
in my adult life, I have probably how many songs I got on Rick Ross. That's not either he a feature. I don't think I
I
have
was about
any
to say,
solo songs.
that's what I was telling Bryce. I said, bro, I'm gonna go through his top songs and how many are not features or that he's
So
not got a feature on.
you about to be weak.
Like
All
two.
of these are all the Rick Ross songs I got on my phone, and this is all mainstream as hell. Ashton Martin music,
Mm-hmm.
Bugatti,
Mm-hmm.
Deuces, Heartless
Mm-hmm.
with Lucci. I'm on one,
Mm-hmm.
obviously with Drake
Mm-hmm.
again. I'm a boss. John,
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne, Lemon
Mm-hmm.
Pepper Freestyle, and Stay Scheming. I don't
Mm-hmm.
listen to Rick Ross by himself.
All features. All
All
got
features,
crazy features.
and it's mostly Drake.
You got
Just
Chris Brown, Wayne, Drake. Of course we listening to it. What you talking about, bro?
like the most far fetched one is probably the Heartless with Lucci, but that song blew up when it came out. So it's like
Yeah, it did. It did.
it's not even his verse. It's really the chorus that's lit.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. That's my
yeah,
point. And Bryce tried to argue with me, like, bro, you not going out your way to listen to Rick Ross on a daily
Nah,
basis, bro. You're just not.
nah,
And I
fam.
was like, the fact that Drake from 2009 to last year had, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 different hits with Rick Ross. And him all of a sudden, yeah, I don't rock with dude. What? Since when? Because if you ain't rock with dude, why you got all these features with him? Oh, because you knew he was where the money was. Oh, okay. So if
Yeah,
you're gonna
that's
do
that's
that,
the funny part about that.
that's weak to me.
Like in my eyes, I probably got more songs from Soldier Boy by himself than Rick Ross. Like to
Facts.
be honest, like
Nah, facts.
it's.
It's a fact.
I'm not. I
He
mean, I
said,
definitely
Bryce
understand.
said, he got every day I'm hustling. Like, bruh,
Come on, bro. That's a movie. I call that a soundtrack. Come on, bro.
thank
That's
you.
in movies now, bro. We watch that in The Hangover. Like, come on, bro. We not listening to that, bumping that actively. Bryce, one day we just
Oh,
got to have a
man.
music discussion, me and Bryce, for real, because I got to get on his ass for real for that.
I'm telling you, man. Bryce just be yapping. No, I'm just
I'm
kidding. That's my
I'm
dog.
still
But he do be
hacking and coughing on this pod, y'all. I'm sorry, but we still here. What we say, rain, sleet, or snow, wrestling ready to go. Shout out Jalen Hurts. But um, we um we had a long week of wrestling, bro. We had
so did
crazy Monday Night Raw. Well, first of all, we had a crazy AEW pay per view. Can't say PLE because we don't get to watch it for free. No well
Revolution.
with a pay subscription. So we starting now. Crazy Raw, crazy
Mm-hmm.
NXT,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I don't know if Dynamite was crazy.
It was straight. It was
It
straight.
was it was straight.
It was basically like it's like, oh, we just finished this. You get a couple matches, but we basically gonna have these people come out and talk and tell you what they're about to do next. Like Kenny came out and talked, Osprey came out and talked, Tony Storm came out and talked, but she got attacked by Megan Bain. Um, I don't think Swerve came out and talked on Dynamite. He came out and talked last night and got attacked by Moxley. So it was basically like, all right, most of these stories are wrapped now. Now we got to start new stories. And
Right.
then Christian and what's his face got into it, Nick Wayne, which I was here for. And
You said
then
Nick
John
Wayne. You said you
Moxley called
excited for
out
that?
Coke. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm like that story was supposed to be done already, low key. Like if Luchasaurus, if he didn't get hurt, that story low key probably already been done, or this story would have made more sense for Christian. But since he got hurt, because I personally don't think Christian was ever supposed to be the champion.
Right.
I think Luchasaurus was supposed to like make sure that he didn't win it or whatever. Like something was supposed to happen, but that he got hurt, so that couldn't happen. So now, obviously, he didn't get the belt, and then Nick Wayne was like, "Bro, all you doing is making excuses." Christian was like, who the fuck you talking to? He was like, "I'm talking to you." I said, "Oh
My
shit."
God.
I
I
said,
don't
"Yeah,
know
let me."
that.
I said, "Yeah, let me lock in. Let me lock in for this."
You stood up right about your chair. I'm telling you,
So did I said, "Oh, okay.
it
What are we
always gets
talking about then?
spicy. I like
What
whenever
are
we
we talking
start
about
having
then?"
real discussions in wrestling with each other.
Exactly.
Like example, when Trick and Javon was backstage and he was like, I'm ready to crash out. He was like, I mean, I was saving it for Ethan, but what's up with you? Hey, I'm like these. I'm like, okay, let's talk. Let's talk. If we gonna talk, let's talk. And that's what
Let's
we here
do it.
for. So so we had a lot of good wrestling, right? So obviously we gotta be nitpick. We gotta be the regular wrestling community where we nitpick what we don't like, obviously. And you know what? I'll start. All right. We love international crowds. We do. We can touch on that later. But I don't understand WWE Triple H, WWE Creative. When we have the biggest face off of the year, or the biggest promo that we probably gonna need to see throughout wrestling right now, you got it at 3 p.m. on Monday when everybody at work.
That's literally when I go back into work.
I'm literally going to be spoiled on Twitter. It ain't even like you can
Yep.
wait till 8 o'clock on Netflix. I'm
Nope.
to be spoiled.
Yep.
There is no avoiding spoilers. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, you got to put your phone down
Yeah.
because you either gonna see it on TikTok, Twitter,
Yep.
Instagram. WWE gonna post their own stuff, obviously.
Yep.
So we gonna miss a John Cena and Cody Rhodes promo to build one of the biggest stories that the car has to offer at WrestleMania. Just because we wanted to be in Barcelona, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Barcelona y'all don't deserve a show. I'm
Now I
just
think
saying
this one's in Italy, right?
Italy. I'm not saying
Of
Italy
all
don't
time.
deserve a show. I'm not saying no
Right.
overseas places deserve a show, but damn. I sound like every other American that every UK person and everybody else in the world have a problem with. Yeah, it's not just about the Americans, I promise. But in this case, it is, bro. I'm sorry. in this case,
That's
it is.
crazy.
In this case, it is right now, man. I feel like I'm being robbed. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. I'm being robbed a little bit. Like y'all get to see that live. I don't get to see that live. I'm a little jealous, so I'm just not feeling that. We could have just waited though. I feel like
What
they could
about
have done
everything that
it
we
just
get to
Italy.
see live that they gotta watch at like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning?
I'm not hearing that because they don't even got Netflix ads. They get special content during while we watching ads.
They
They
don't
get
get
special
special
content.
content.
Like, come on, bro.
That's
They get
regular content. We just don't get
they
to see it.
yeah. That's the problem, bro. You know how much stuff don't happen. Okay, prime example. When I went to Raw, and
Hmm.
everybody was doing the little interviews behind me, I'm sitting here thinking Rick can see everything. Nope, nope. I'm just texting a ghost. He like, who? Who was out there? I'm like, damn, you ain't just see Ludwig out here talking crazy. You know, we're just coming out here talking.
So,
Nope. Okay. Stand on that. Y'all,
yep.
yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm just saying. I understand sometimes they wake up at 2 in the morning for PLEs, all that, but at least it's a PLE. Like, at least like something's gonna was like something major is gonna happen. So like you're gonna want to stay
That's
up.
fair.
We just missing the biggest promo of the year, probably. No biggie, I guess. Guess I'll see it on Twitter. Nav, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
All
man.
fade, all the Twitter accounts. Yeah, I guess I'll be following y'all that day. Good eats, good engagement for y'all that day. So
I'll probably
I,
just have it in. I'm hoping that they start the show with it, and I'll just have it on for the first 20 minutes, and just so I can hear what they're saying. But if they
mhm.
wait and try to do it like, oh, let's go end the show, I ain't gonna be able to see that shit.
I wonder. I wonder what they'll do. I don't know if they'll start that with the. I mean, I don't know how you start the show with that, bro. Because that right there is gonna be
Yeah,
intense. Like the way Cody been telling his promos, I assuming it's gonna be intense. I'm assuming we're
the
gonna
way he
get a
went at Miz,
why. Yeah, I
it's
don't
like,
know if John Cena gonna say why he's doing it, but if he come out his mouth and say why he doing it, and I missed that, oh yeah, Triple H gotta see me. Most definitely gotta see me, cause I want to know why too. I want to know why, how,
why?
where's the hustle? Is the loyalty
It's the
gone?
loyalty.
There is no respect. I just want to know why. Like, bro, the inner
Oh
child in
man,
me is like, bro, why, bro? Like, why did you do that? But the adult in me is chain gang for life. Like I said, I put the lock on the
chain gang
chain
for life.
last week, and I'm ready to wear it whenever. At Mania, I will have that lock and chain on. You gonna see it. You gonna be like, bro, he was not playing. Bulldog chain, big ass lock you put on the Planet Fitness locks. I'm telling you. But I still want to know
No,
why,
that's
Reek. Do
crazy.
you not want to know why?
I mean, I do. I do. I definitely do, especially with the way Cody been pulling up the last couple weeks. Uh, like Miz was like, "Oh, let me try to steal some Sean. Let me get on this Miz TV." He was like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to talk to nobody but John Cena."
Yeah, see
Said
that right there
that's what I
had me
need.
like, come on, bro, like the Miz is a lot of things, but Miz TV is sacred. We had a lot of moments on Miz TV, bro. Why y'all come out there and play Miz TV like that? I wasn't feeling that.
Man, bump Miz TV. We ain't trying to see that.
I was low key mad. Mello wasn't on there. I was low key excited
I
for
was too.
their little duo
That's
Miz
why.
TV.
That's the only reason I wanted it to work. I was like, all right, if Melo coming out, then it was like just Miz TV. I said, oh, I'm good.
Cause you know he was gonna talk cash.
He was gonna talk crazy, but I was
How
like, you know
how you
what?
gonna how you gonna
I'm
put
glad Cody ain't go out there and jump both of them, make both of them look bad. Just Miz, because
he told
Cody and
he
Cody and or Randy and Melo had a nice little match. So
they did have a good match, a
I'm glad.
little
I'm glad he didn't go out there then.
15-20 minute banger. It felt like it was
Yeah,
definitely fire. Um,
but
anything you
yeah, I
got for
definitely
me?
want to know what. I definitely want to know I don't know if they like thought that part through it about it. You know what I mean? What's up?
You have failed this city. I know it ain't who I think it is.
Yeah, that's my
Hey,
dog.
hey, bro.
That's my
Arrow,
dog.
Arrow is a 9 out of 10 show. The last season had me bent, but
Yeah, last season I did not finish,
yeah, that
but
had me bent. But
this is a top three of my
Prime,
favorite shows. Yes,
Prime Arrow,
top three favorite
gas
shows of all time for me. It's
for sure.
Friends,
Right.
Office, maybe, and then Arrow. That's like probably my top three.
When
Like,
he got into the League of Shadows, fire, fire. But
people don't know, man. People just don't know.
they don't know, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, we got a running joke. Me and J Man, shout out my dog J Man. He love Arrow too, but bro, we always laugh about John Diggle, bro. To this day, to this day, we still be laughing like John, bro. We be laughing at his ass because, bro, he.
Out of here.
It's just one particular
Oh
moment
man.
in the show where I was just not feeling, bro. Whenever Oliver tried to save bro wife and he pissed. Like, bro,
Hmm.
what are you? What you mad for? I mean, I understand, like you did slime her to save her, but or you got her captured to save her, but at the same time, bro, it's always a bigger
Hmm.
plan. Just trusting you, not a superhero,
Right.
nigga. You just an army agent, whatever the hell you was. Like, bro, you go get your wife. I'm trying to get your wife. You go get your wife. It's not even my responsibility. And you mad? Like,
Nah, they definitely the side characters definitely had me mad at different points of different seasons, like going at Buddy like he wasn't the reason that they was all alive at a certain point. Like y'all have been dead, doing absolutely nothing with your life. It wasn't for bro. So why are y'all going at him like you crazy? Like later seasons, Felicity had me bit. I'm like, get her out of here. Like
she fell in love. She was in too deep. Like once they get to that point, bro, I was like, it ain't even about the job, Shorty.
it's
Do you
tweaking.
remember you supposed to be Shorty behind the desk and you over here doing, bro? Come on, bro. You not in the
I want
field.
to be
Go
able to
sit
do
down.
this and this and this for what?
Go sit down.
Literally, literally go sit down.
Like, come on. I'm not trying to hear that. I hate that in superhero shoes. Everybody always want to do something. Bro. I'm the superhero, bro. Just sit there. Let me be the one. Like, damn. The Flash, especially. Oh my God. See,
Yeah, I'm glad
Cisco
I
is
didn't
the
watch that shit.
smartest. He got powers, bro. Had him for about a season. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to get this shit up. And I believe it. And I'm with it. I'm with it, gang. On me.
Oh man. But something I'm not feeling is the discourse around Tiffany Stratton's dives slash moonsaults outside the ring. It's been happening for a couple of weeks now. There was one a couple of weeks ago where she didn't hit Nia or Candice LeRae. Um, then this past week, or not even this past week, on Friday, she didn't hit Charlotte on both of the moonsaults, or both of the. I think one was or both of them were swantons. I don't think I don't think people understand that it's typically it's not on the diver. Like it's on the people that are waiting to be dove on, to be in the right spot. Like you have to be ready. Now, if she under rotates or over rotates, that is on her. But we've seen plenty of times where guys like Montez jumps higher than anybody ever has in WWE. How often has he missed anybody? How often has people not been there for him? Not very often. Like when people are doing these dives outside the ring, they are putting their livelihoods and their careers in the hands of the people that are supposed to be there to take the fall or to take the brunt of the hit. If they not in that spot, I feel like that's on them, and it's not. It shouldn't be. Oh, Tiffany don't know how to do this, or Tiffany don't know how to do that. Because when she was doing it in NXT, there was no problem. When she did it on um, different PLEs, there wasn't no problem. I think Charlotte knew that she needed to be further out on the second one when she was on top of the Tron. Why would you not be in the middle? Why would you be in the front, almost under, or like almost touching the Tron? How would she have hit you there? And then on the other one, she was too far in or too far out. Like if all the people are here, why wouldn't you just put yourself in the middle of that? It would make sense because they're all trying to grab you. It would make sense that you're there. If you got out, then if she was gonna be out, she should have just moved out and then just looked like, I got your dumbass. But she didn't do
This
that
is
either. So it's like I
this
don't
is how
understand
I'm feeling. I don't like how when we watch matches, and I've said it on Twitter, I said it on Twitter in the
that.
group
Hmm.
chat. We watch matches, we watch segments, and we're just like, not even weird, just wrestling
Mm-hmm.
community. Botch, man, that was a botch. Like that wasn't, bro. Do you know how
Mm-hmm.
hard the active job is, bro? Like, first of all, when it comes to the moonsaults with Tiffany Stratton, number one, she's our regardless if anybody like her or not, bro. She is our champion, right? We
Mm-hmm.
want her to be safe first and foremost. So if Charlotte is out of position, I don't want Tiffany Stratton to adjust to where Charlotte is, mess around and not hit anything, and now our champion is out, or we
Mm-hmm.
gotta relinquish a belt because y'all want a cool spot, bro. Just enjoy the
Yeah.
spot. She just dived off the top of the damn Titantron. I'm like, oh shit, this is the most serious. We had two different perspectives. They worried about a botch. I'm like, okay, this is a Tiffany Stratton I've been waiting to see for weeks because she been
I
getting
literally
ready to go.
after the segment, I texted P and said it's Tiffy time.
He texted me
Because if
immediately,
you
off
listen to
rip.
the crowd, you listen to the crowd, you see how they're reacting. Everything, every single thing she was doing. I'm like, bro, this is exactly what they need to keep doing. Now, obviously, you don't want them to keep doing the same brawl over and over again, but Tiffany needs to be serious and taking Charlotte and making Charlotte feel like, all right, I really have an opponent at WrestleMania, not
Right,
oh, this is just some easy match that I'm about to have, whatever. But I'm like, it's not even like if she was doing a cross body, I can see what people are saying. She's either doing a moonsault or a swanton. So
right,
in both of those, she's losing sight of where she's going. That's why it's even more important that the people that are down there to catch her or to take the hit are in the right spot.
right. Why? And also one thing, why are we acting like anytime we see brawls, it's never whenever the person who's gonna be over in the segment.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we acting like they don't take out everybody in like
Yeah.
security guards, the person
Mm-hmm.
they're feuding with, bro? It's always a crowd like a
Yeah.
crowd dive, even
Always.
cross bodies. Everybody falls.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, this is nothing that we have not seen before. Like who cares?
Literally.
Okay, maybe the cameraman should have been standing at a different angle to make it look more.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, who cares? It's more about the
The
character
moment.
that we was about to see with bro. We saw an aggressive Tiffy, a champion Tiffy last night, holding her own. She's done with the bullying shit.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, we saw her do spots that some men wouldn't even attempt to do.
Facts.
So why are we just not appreciating like the craft, bro? Like forget the
Mm-hmm.
bot sometimes, because I ain't gonna lie. There's been some EO matches where I've seen where I've been like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, she messed up. But I could see what she going for, and I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. And she improvised, and then the match is still great, bro. Even if you mess up, bro, it can still be great. Just enjoy it, man. What is we nitpicking for? What's the point?
It's the
What's the
easiest
point?
thing to do.
You're
It's
ruining the
easier to
character
nitpick
low key.
and
Like,
and dislike stuff than to enjoy it.
just
Because the
enjoy it.
more and more people nitpick, what if she just stops doing dives altogether?
Exactly.
That
That's
takes
what I'm
away
saying.
that takes away from her talent. That takes away from her character. And like she's already dialed down some stuff that she was doing in NXT. Like she was doing more, she was doing a lot in NXT that she's dialed down on the main roster. I really don't want to see her have to dial down even more because certain people on the main roster can't hang. Like if they can't hang, they need to get the fuck because we got Julius coming in, we got Stephanie Vicarious coming in, we've got fucking Sol Rukas coming in. Like all these people are able to do crazy stuff, and they're not gonna be able to do it because some people don't want to catch people, or some people don't want to be,
Right.
a professional and do their part. Like we've seen Charlotte not do her part as a professional multiple times. At what point is it on Charlotte? At what
Right.
point is it on somebody that's been in this business for 15 years, 12, 13 years, and has been at the top of the business for the last 7, 8, 9 years? Like we don't never see Mercedes not catch nobody. We don't never see
Right.
Becky not catch nobody. When it was Becky and Tiffany, Tiffany had the best matches of her career. Bailey ain't never not catch Tiffany when they had 4 or 5 different matches.
Right.
Like, at what point is it on the people that are on the outside or on the opposite side? How is it
It's
always
like,
Tiffany? How is
and
it
it's
not Nia
also
Jackson,
like,
Candice LeRae for not getting there in time? If you
it
see
can
somebody
only
going
get
up for a
worse.
moonsault, why would you
Right.
not move? And it's two
And
of
it's
y'all.
and it's also like in Tiffany's perspective. Okay, Charlotte kind of okay. Matter of fact, let's keep it a G real. If it's me doing a moonsault
Mm-hmm.
in that situation, am I going to jump into the person who just came off an ACL tear and
Mm-hmm.
probably the same weight as me, or am I going to jump
Mm-hmm.
into the tens of massive
Mm-hmm.
security
Right.
other talent, WWE talent,
Right.
security guys? and use him as a body mat. I'm gonna use
which
him
is
as a
why I
body mat
said
every
put she
time.
should have been in the middle,
She should
so
have been
she
in the
was still
middle,
protected. Even if you got hit, you were
right?
both still protected.
For
But
sure.
she
But
decided, oh, I'm gonna be in the front, and then I'm gonna just fall.
since you out of position, it's like a pick your poison, and I know which one I'm gonna
Hmm.
pick every time. So,
Exactly.
and it's like I said, piggybacking off of you, y'all are gonna ruin the character, bro. Like we're gonna there's gonna be a time where Tiffany may get old and she not gonna want to do that swan song. She not gonna want to do the
Hmm.
backflip. And everybody gonna be like, oh, I wish she'll bring it back. But when she was doing it, we was more
Yeah, I was
worried
hating
about
on
she was hitting or who she was missing. Not feeling it, bro. But shout out
her.
my dog Tiffy. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
it's probably like 4 women in WWE that can do. I wouldn't say 4. I was gonna say the springboard drop kick that EO does. It's probably about 5 women that could do that. When you have women that are like legitimate high flyers, you have to let them be themselves. You have to let them do that stuff because so many of these women are grounded, which is not a bad thing. It's just a lot of them can't do the stuff that the EOs, the Julias, the Stephanie Vaquers, the Sol Rukas, the Tiffany Strattons can do. And it's like, okay, if they're able to do that stuff off the top rope, if they're able to do these things, even Kyrie saying, if they're able to do these things, you have to let them do that so that they can stand out because not only are they great grounded, but the fact that they can do all this other stuff puts them in another stratosphere in terms of talent. Like if Bianca could do high flying shit, it'd be unfair. But I'm like, you got all these other people that can do these things, and you got certain people that like Charlotte does a moonsault, but she does it outside the ring. You think she'd be pissed if somebody didn't catch her? You think
Word.
if somebody didn't catch her, you think they blaming Charlotte or the person that didn't catch her?
The person
They
that
blaming the
didn't
person that
catch
didn't catch her because she's Charlotte. So if it's the other way around, how is it not the person that didn't catch her? Unless they over rotate, which happens, like when Lita
her.
broke her
Right.
neck, like unless they over rotate, it's nine times out of 10, it's not on the person that's doing the dive because they're doing the dive. They're putting their safety in your hands. You're supposed to be there to catch, take that brunt, take that bump.
It's just
Like I
cornball
don't
stuff,
know.
bro. It's not even the fact. Okay, even if you point it out on Twitter, right?
Hmm.
There's a way to say it. Like,
Hmm.
bro said Tiffany landed on everyone but Charlotte. Crying face, crying face. Not even 9 minutes later, you say she missed her again. I'm dead. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like,
Hmm.
why be corny about it though? Like,
Right.
just be like, yo.
You're literally watching, hoping that something goes wrong so that you can go tweet about
And it's like the first comment sounds like Reek. The first comment: why do wrestlers just refuse to catch her? And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, like I mean, you saying it best, but it's like, bro, at least look like you gonna be at the spot. Like, at least look like you taking a brunt of that. You know what I'm saying? At least look like you taking some kind of bump from it. It looks more dumb you out of position, you just falling and flailing. Like,
it. Yeah.
in my eyes, the Charlotte character, even if she knew she was out of position, maybe she shouldn't have failed. Maybe she should have been like, okay, I'm too good to be hit with that. Like, play into it or something.
Hmm.
I don't know, but or get your ass in position and just take the bump. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that simple. It's really that simple. But I mean, the
Yeah.
slander is crazy, bro. That these wrestlers get
It
slandered
really
for
is.
everything. But it's really more on the women's side. I guarantee you more
Yeah.
your men's favorite wrestlers, they gonna miss a spot 9 times out of 10. Y'all ain't gonna
Hmm.
say nothing. So I mean,
Yeah.
we can keep it a stay. I watched Roman do the stomp on Seth, and I was like, that shit was terrible. But I was gassing it.
Hmm.
But I was gassing it. Like, it
You can
happens,
tell
bro.
he don't do that
Right, but that's just one of them things where it's like, okay, I could have been nitpick about all that stomp look weak.
or enjoy the
I
moment.
could have just enjoyed that he got his get back, and you see what I was on. So it just is what it is. Sometimes just be a fan, bro. Like sometimes when these
Yes.
basketball, these NBA players and these wrestlers, and when they literally be telling y'all sometimes to just sit back, watch and be a fan, they mean that shit, bro. Just be a fan, bro.
Stupid.
Because you're not gonna come do what I do. You're not gonna come to work and do what I do.
Facts.
So just be a fan.
Facts. You come do this dive off this top rope. You come do this dive off this try and see how many people you land on.
And I'm not doing it. Even if
I'm not either.
even if they put a mat and they was like, all
I'm
right,
still
P,
not doing it.
go ahead, do the moonsault, P. I'm gonna say,
Nope.
trips. I don't know, gang. You might want to call
That
Tiffy
ain't in
on
my
him.
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not in my bag.
simple, simple. What else we not? Oh, moving on. I'm not feeling it. Let's go and get into it. Now, I usually make fun of Reek, y'all, on this pod. It's a running joke, even outside of the pod, where I say he's too serious. He think about things too logically. And obviously, it's good to have somebody like that in your core, your circle. And I'm glad we only got one, because everybody else is cornball and goofballs. Me, Bryce, ML, we all be goofing off and doing all that. ML a little serious sometimes, but he got to be. But I'm not gonna lie. Reek does not like old wrestlers in 2025, and I think I'm starting to be right there with him. I watched Cope and Mox. I woke up, watched Cope and Mox's main event. I was sick watching that, bro. I've never seen Mox slow down a performance for somebody like he did with Cope. The chops was weak. I seen him try to throw him into the barricade wall, but he threw him so soft and light. I was like, bro, you ruining Mox, bro. Mox ain't like this. He really a savage
Hmm.
out there. And I saw somebody say it was the worst main event that they've ever seen. And I was like, that might.
Shit.
And I was like, that's a stretch. I was like, that's a little harsh, but the match was not fire.
That's the
Sure,
second
we
time
had
that
bangers.
something like that has happened with Moxley though.
Right.
Because was it Moxley? It was Chris Jericho. I think it was Chris Jericho and Moxley, and it was like, oh, you had the craziest moment ever, and the ring was supposed to explode or some shit, and then it was like, choo, choo, choo. We was like, oh hell no.
Bro, it's like you see matches with him in it where it's like brutal and like okay, I always think about the Kenny Omega match early in AEW when
Hmm.
he had the barbed wire match or the Texas, I forgot what they call it, but it was a
Texas
barbed
Death
wire.
Match.
Yeah, it was hella barbed wire involved. It's just like, bro, that's just when y'all got Mox out there taking it easy and going light. It's
Oh, it was
weak, bro.
Omega versus Moxley.
It'd be weak. It might have been the same match we talking about right here.
No,
But that match was
yeah,
brutal
there was
though.
a. It
Even if it
was
even yeah,
before
even
that. The ending though was like,
yeah, come on, bro. But like
what are we
still,
doing?
just
And the
taking that
crazy part
match,
is,
dropping
it
it
was
with
the
Cope was
same. It
terrible.
was the same pay-per-view name. It was Revolution, but it was
We
in
might just need to
2021.
chop Revolutions up.
Because there was a timer. That's what it was. There was a timer, and it was like once this timer goes off, the ring explodes, and then it did. Like, Eddie Kingston like covered Moxley and everything, and then the turnbuckles just went
Now, if y'all gonna do something like that, I need that Big Show John Cena when he threw him through that light. I thought that
something,
man was dead.
something.
I need to believe. But I'm just yeah, I'm not really understanding that. I'm not understanding having that as the main event when that card was so good up into that point. Like the Mercedes match was banging. The Kenny match
Hmm.
was good. I woke up halfway through the Tony Storm match, but the last bit that I saw was really good storytelling, like something that I really enjoyed the match. I was like, I see the lore. I didn't text you because I was knocked half asleep, but I do see the lore. I do see the lore with Tony Storm, and I'm gonna let you get your ISO with her and give her flowers. Of course, I know you've been waiting
That's
on that.
literally the first thing on my notes. Tony
He's not
Storm is
playing.
her.
He's not playing, y'all. He's been telling me since the pod launched, like his number one, and he's been recommending matches, but I seen it firsthand at Revolution. So shout out to her. And it was Swerve Ricochet was great. Like it was a
Yeah, it
bunch of
was
great matches, bro. Just to end off the show like that
Osprey
was just
Fletcher.
such a great cage match. And I
We
didn't even know
can't
it
do
was supposed to
Sunday
be.
ones no more though. They gotta stop doing the Sunday ones. I was
Bro,
so cooked.
I was
Like,
tired.
bro, I'm dead tired. Like, I let me see. I had to look at the match card to remember like exactly how it went.
I know
But
exactly when I fell asleep. I know exactly when I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Okay, so before the Tony Storm match, I fell asleep. I woke up halfway
mhm.
through that match. I woke up and Kenny Omega was walking out, or he
Mm,
was in the beginning of his match. And I woke up and I was like, "Oh damn, Kenny on! I about missed it." And then from there, I think it went to Osprey, Fletcher maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and then Swerve Ricochet.
Yeah. No,
Because
Swerve Ricochet was
no, Swerve Ricochet was earlier because I saw that. Yeah,
after
it was
Mercedes.
way earlier.
Yeah.
Because whenever I woke up the last time, the last thing that I saw was Swerve came out. He just he hit Mox. He jumped off the thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I woke up and
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell, Prince Nana doing out here? I was like, this shit over like bad. Like I was like, that match was trash. I fell asleep and I woke up and Swerve was outside, so I guess I got lit. But it wasn't. They
Yeah.
definitely need to start
I
doing Saturdays or something, bro. Because Sunday, yeah, I was kind of
they normally do. I can't think of why they didn't do Saturday this time, but they typically have Saturday ones. I think there was a UFC pay-per-view, so they just had not to do it at the same time.
okay.
Um, but I mean, you had I watched all the Hangman, I watched all the Mercedes match, I watched all the Swerve and Ricochet. At some point, I fell asleep during Okada and Brody King, I think,
Right.
and then I missed all of the Hurt Syndicate's match. Like I
I
forgot
saw
they was
that.
even on the card, and then I woke up when Tony was coming out, and then I watched that whole thing, and then I fell asleep somewhere between Omega and Takeshita's match because that shit went 30 minutes. Osprey and Fletcher went 30 minutes. Mox and Cope went 26 minutes. Swerve went 18. Mercedes went 18. Hangman went 19. How the hell does Tony go 12 and the rest of these matches go fucking 18,
Bro,
19?
and I definitely only saw 6 minutes of the match, and it was five. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I woke up, and both of them were just gushing in blood, and I was like, damn, they got
Tony was
smacked.
bleeding before the match really started. Like
I was like,
she
damn,
was coming out, Mariah May came, and they just
got
from the
into
start.
it.
I'm like, damn.
I woke up, I said, damn, there's blood everywhere. What happened? But then I was like, I assumed the heel came to play or all that came to play,
Yeah,
and then I was like, okay, this
the
is
the
probably
ending
it.
was beautiful though. Like
Yeah,
they they finished the match. They finished the ending of it where she turned on Tony in the beginning
right.
with what she turned on her with, and then you could see like once like she got the pin, then like Tony was like hugging her and was like trying to like snuggle up to her, and I thought that was funny. I thought that was a good a good trying to think of the word. I thought that was a good like callback of like
Right.
Tony didn't want to do what she had to do, but she had to like to
Move
be
on.
herself. Yeah, to be able to get that closure, to able to get the Hollywood ending. But I loved it. I loved everything about it.
That's what I was. I feel like every match was long, like not long, but
Yeah.
it's
The only
the
ones that weren't were Hurt Syndicate
right.
and then Okada and both of those were 10 minutes or fewer, but the rest were 19, 18, 18, and then
Right.
Tony's was 12, and it was 28, 29, 26.
It's the
And I don't know
choreography.
if
I
those
think
count entrances.
that gets me a little like because
Hmm.
you know they have the sequences where they both are like wrestling,
Hmm.
dodging, like oh I know what you
Hmm.
want, I know what you want. It takes a while for the match to actually like get into the
Hmm.
stretch of
Hmm.
what we're here for. Because
That's why I
I ain't
like
gonna lie,
Heyman and MJF because they just got straight to it.
yeah, they got straight to it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is straight beef. My dog lost, I was sick, but it's okay. I feel like I ain't seen MJF win a match like whenever I'm watching. Maybe it's me. Like Braun tweeted in 20 what he tweeted at 2019, 2020. Maybe it's me. Cause every time I turn the TV on MJF losing. I don't know why. I'm pissed. I be pissed. I might need to just take my space away from MJF and just keep rocking with Swerve there. Cause Swerve winning. Swerve gonna win every time. And I hope he get the belt back. I
I do
hope
too.
he get the belt back. But it's neither here or there. Is there anything else we not feeling this week?
Um, Nothing I can think of. I do have like I'm just curious of what the climax slash ending of this whole mock storyline is. What is the Death Riders like? What was the whole plan? What was the whole point? Like there was signs they were gonna bring someone else in, and that was like the real leader of the group, or like
Mm-hmm.
they were the ones pulling the strings, and everybody was mad that it was gonna be Shane McMahon. So I think they just pulled the plug on that shit. But it's like you can't pull the plug on a storyline like this because this is the type of storyline that would have brought people in or would have drawn people in. Like, oh shit, this will happen. Like whether or not fans wanted Shane, like I didn't necessarily want Shane to pull up, but that's gonna if it's gonna hinder your story for him to not come, then you're wasting everyone's time, including yours.
Right.
Like, and then if you're waiting on Darby Allin, how long are we waiting on that? Because Mox can't keep the title hostage, literally hostage, forever without coming out each week and making an actual story of why people don't deserve the championship or why people aren't ready for the championship. Like, what has Darby done to be ready for the championship? Am I like
I think that's why they
he
going the
basically
swerve route, low key.
yeah,
I feel
you
like that's
kind of just
why.
got to give it to Swerve.
Yeah, I think they're going to swerve route because in all honesty, I feel like Tony probably sitting back and like, yo, we were probably at our best when bro was champion, and they was, bro. The storylines was popping when
Hmm.
Swerve was champion. Like, I wanted to tune in to see what Swerve had going on.
Yeah,
I mean, mainly because his aura, no cap, but
I think
it's
their
just
best
like
champions have been him and MJF.
right. So put the rocket back on, bro. Like seriously, like he gave it a DB, which fine. I mean, that was a beautiful
Hmm.
story to pass that
Right.
off, but now that y'all ain't really got nothing in the pot,
And
yeah,
then
you're
they didn't
gonna
even
have to
have
do that
Brian didn't even have it for long. They
at
took it
all.
off of him and did this storyline. And it's
They
like,
don't put a
okay,
plastic
once
bag
y'all
on
did
my
this
boy.
storyline, it for like a month or two was intriguing, and then it was like, okay, what's the outcome here? Like,
Right.
what's the real plot line of the story? Like, we don't know anything besides him just going out and attacking people from week to week, and they don't even do that no more. They was attacking all the AEW, and it was like, oh, AEW versus them, and then all of a sudden that was just gone too.
Right.
Now they only attack
Now,
people
now
that
the
try to come
story is
after
like
the
I
belt.
don't even need them. Like Mox was like I don't
Right.
need nobody. So it's like I was like, all right,
So
well,
what are we doing?
go ahead and lose that belt, player. That's what it sounds like.
Seriously.
I mean, I
It's
don't.
like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I feel
AEW
like they
got a lot
shouldn't
to
have
figure
changed it.
out.
Yeah, they took a chance with the shock factor of Moxley turning on Brian and the rest of the team turning on Brian. After a month or two, it was like, okay, what are we doing here? Like you had the fatal four way where it was with him, Orange Cassidy, Darby, and somebody, Jay White. That didn't nobody won the belt there. Then Darby Allin got hurt again. And then he was like, all right, I'm going to do Mount Everest. And it's like, okay, well, this was the guy that y'all was planning on winning the whole thing because they threw that man down the steps and acted like they killed him. So I'm like,
I mean, bro, as a company, when did you say no? I'm going to go
for
climb Mount
real though,
Everest. No, like, bro, no. Like, what are you talking about? We planning on you
not
being the
doing that, bro.
champion, bro. You need to be here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, now I
Which
get it,
is which is why he didn't go to WWE
right?
because Triple H and then would have said, "Fuck no,
Right? Like, bro, come on, bro.
what are we doing?"
Like, stop, bro. Like
Sometimes you got
now,
to save people from themselves.
exactly. Like, get it? We get it, freedom and all that. Like, and that's a once in a lifetime thing. But,
Hmm.
bro, no, bro. Like, come on, bro. You think the Chiefs finna let Patrick Mahomes just go out and do whatever the hell he? No, it's in the contract.
They don't
It's
even let them
finito,
hoop.
fine print. Yeah, you can't even
They
hoop.
don't even let them play basketball,
Like, bro,
skate.
no,
But you want to go climb Mount Everest?
no.
No.
We already
The
let you do
answer
whatever
is
the hell you
no.
wanted to do in this building. You be jumping off
Facts,
ladders on the chairs, glass, bro. No, you ain't satisfied with that.
bro.
No, you're
You
not
damn
doing
near
that.
died in a car accident, and then we had you wrestle like 3 weeks later. You had a broken ankle, and we hung you from the fucking rafters by your ankles. And you was like, "Yeah, cool, I'm good." So like, I feel like they feel like they can't say no because of how much he's done,
Right.
despite being fucked up the way
But
he has been. But
fuck
it's
all
like
that, bro. That's your
you
payoff.
gotta
You
save bro from
you
himself,
finna be
man.
a champion. That's your payoff. You finna be the star of the company. Like, bro,
Yeah,
he probably was gonna hold the belt for a little minute. Like the way the story was looking, like he probably gonna hold the belt for
yeah,
a little minute. You was the new revolution. You was the new leader in charge. But you want to go
yeah.
climb Mount Everest?
They made it seem
No.
like it was gonna be Death Riders versus AEW, and they've steered away from that because of Darby Allin. I feel like because they
Yeah,
was
I
attacking
mean,
Orange Cassidy, they was attacking people that loved AEW. The Young Bucks ran away because they felt like Death Riders was taking over AEW. They haven't even done that.
so they going for no reason. I mean,
Got scared and left for nothing.
it just
Then they're just hoping that by the time they come back, people forget that they was heels,
right.
so they come back to being cheered. That's literally what it is. Because when they were there, they had kicked Hangman out. They had kicked Kenny Omega out. So we supposed to forget that, or are they gonna come back and still be with Okada, or is Okada just gonna be by himself? Because they came in and they took over and was like, yeah, we the EVPs, we gonna start acting like we're supposed to just forget that. They gonna come back and still be on that, or they gonna come back and be like, oh, we're the Young Bucks again. No, hell nah. No. You didn't forget about that?
Right.
Oh no, man.
You didn't forget about that. Let's go ahead and shift on to the next thing. Monday Night Raw, man, we had a big main event in Madison Square Garden. CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins. Steel cage, a lot of emotion, a lot of talking. They never ceased to put on a show with me. I ain't gonna lie. They both was doing their thing. And this is one of them things where I was actually trying to explain it to my mom. And it was funny. Yeah, I love trying to do that. And because she was asking me, she saw my Instagram story. She was like, hold on, you liked him when you was a kid, but you really like this dude now. But you also posted the other guy on your story when you came to Charlotte. When he came to Charlotte, you like him too. I was like, I mean, I like them all. I just don't know. Like, I just like, bro, my mind, like, I don't know who need to win. I don't know. Like, I know who needs to win,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want that person to really win because I want my guy to win. But I also like him to win. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is the most conflicted I've been. And then she was asking me, she was like, okay, what about your boy Cena? I said, man, we just want him to win regardless. But then again, once again, I like the quarterback. This is one of the situations where it's like, I like the quarterback. So like if my dog lost, I wouldn't be too mad because Buddy's showing me something. Cody's showing me something. I'm not gonna lie, he's showing me something. Like all the folks that say his reign has been boring, he ain't made a good champ, like this, that.
Mm-hmm.
You really eating your words right now because my dog coming out every week and putting on fire ass promos and he not
Nah,
playing.
he really is
And he's really not playing this time. Like he's not
at
playing.
all.
So I can't be mad if he win. And maybe I can't be mad. So it's just funny. It's funny to me. But back to the main event in Madison Square Garden. How was you feeling going into the match? What did you want to see happen outside of the return? We're gonna get to the return, of course, but like, how was you like? To me, in my head, when they was both coming out, I was like, "This could be a mania." I was like, "This could be a mania match, bro." Like,
Mm-hmm.
this shit feels crazy. Like,
Yeah.
how was you feeling?
I was nervous. Weirdly, I was weirdly nervous just because I was like, "There's just no way they can have Seth lose this." But if they
Right,
go to a way, I thought they were gonna have it like Roman just come in and just attack and nobody wins. But as it got down to like the last 10 minutes was nuts. Like
right,
I know who was gonna win, and then when Seth was like, "Come on, if you want to take it, if you want this business, you gotta take it. If you want the company, you gotta take." I was like, "No, no, no!" Like I was hyped the whole match. That happened. I instantly was like, "No, no, no, no,"
right.
because I was like, "There's no way they gonna have this dude like give him the company after he didn't said all the stuff he said over the last 10 years." He gonna be like, "All right, I respect it. You beat no." So I thought they was gonna have Punk win that shit. I was hot, bro. Then when he put him up, he got out of it. I said, "Oh, thank God." I was
See,
like, man, the level of stress I had
it
is
was a
crazy.
lot. It was a lot of stress because me, I was on something totally different, right? Like, like me, you know what I'm saying? As a Punk fan, right? Whenever Seth was saying all that, I was like, oh God. I was like, you better not walk out the door. You better not walk out the door. I was like, old Punk is not walking out the door, bro. He going, come on, bro. He going to deliver that GTS and leave. Like, just like we did, you know what I'm saying? Money in the Bank. Got that title on bounce. I was like, bro,
Hmm.
finish that. I was like, if you really him, you finishing that. So then fast forward a little bit. Now, when Seth had the door open, I was sitting there
Right.
looking like this. So you just gonna walk out. That's what you gonna do. You just gonna leave. After you was doing all that, you just gonna bounce. And then I was like, I guess I respect the dub. But they played it perfectly, bro, because Stomp, GTS,
Hmm.
GTS, Anaconda Vice,
Hmm.
more stomps, super stomps.
Hmm.
I'm like, bro, I don't know who gonna win. I don't even know who I want to win at this point because the match so good. Like
Right.
in my head, and it's always like who you think needs the dub. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, Seth,
Hmm.
you need the dub. You done took too many L's.
Hmm.
I just didn't know, bro. I was like, I feel it's like this is one of them stories where it's like I feel both sides. Like I feel you, Punk. Like, bro, you want to go main event? You know what I'm saying? WrestleMania. You always wanted to do that, so I feel you. Seth, you defending your honor, bro. You defending the set, and me, I was watching WWE when it was going under. You know what I'm saying? You was too. So it's like
Mhm.
us as fans, bro. We know what Seth talking about. Like, yeah, you really was trying to dog the company. Like we seen that. We know that.
Mhm.
I'm still a fan, but we seen it. So it's like, yeah, we feel what Seth talking about. But I'm glad it ended the way it ended because now I feel like it makes Punk have to use that favor to get back on both
Mhm.
because he actually
Mhm.
did lose that steel cage. So I'm glad they played it like
Yeah.
that. But the last 10 minutes, bro, I was like, this shit is amazing. Like this is peak.
But he may not have to use the favor just to get into that match. Like
Right,
it might be enough hatred from all three parties to just do the match.
right.
Because I feel
But
like
I would
if
rather
he
the
wastes
favor
the
be
favor
that.
on that, it'd be
Right.
kind of whack in my opinion.
It would be whack, but it's like I would rather it be that than like let's say we in the triple threat and then it's like I mean, obviously I feel like Paul Heyman about to turn on my dog regardless. I mean, obviously it's looking like that. But it's like what else could that favor be? Like outside of
It's
like
got to be
oh,
something tied to a championship. Got to be. That's the only thing that he's been talking about since he came back.
that's
He,
true.
I don't think he would use that on something personal because he, like you say, he's come back to make money. He's come back to be a champion. He's come back to main event WrestleMania. The
Right.
only way he can get to that is by if he gets into this match and it's a main event. That's one. If he uses that favor to get it, make the match between Cody and CM Punk and Cena a triple threat. That's the only way that the favor makes sense. It's
Right.
the only way because there's no way Cody and Punk don't or Cody and Cena don't main event night too.
I feel like I mean this is might just be fantasy booking. But in my eyes, I feel like they're gonna try to play Punk a little bit. Like I feel like Seth and Roman gonna get to talking, probably in a promo, whatever, and they gonna be like, yeah, we need to go ahead and finish this shit. Me and you,
Mm-hmm,
WrestleMania. Obviously, that's gonna warrant a main event spot. And I feel
mm-hmm.
like Punk gonna be on the outside, like, oh, wait a minute, like I hate both of y'all too. Let me in that match. You know what I'm saying? We can all
Right.
settle this. And they're gonna be like, nah, we got too much history for you, bro. We done with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? We done with you. That's
Mm-hmm,
when I feel like the favor might kick in, which it might be a little whack, but it's like the favor wouldn't make sense. Well, in my eyes, the favor still don't make sense in
mm-hmm.
general to me when it comes to Paul Heyman, because it's like, bro, how much pull Paul Heyman got in the back for him to just go there and then
Nah, that's facts.
be like, okay, yeah, Paul won a championship match for Punk. I would be like, bro, how the hell he get that? But who knows? I digress. I feel like it's the only way for him to really get his main event is if they try to play him out of it. They be like, yeah,
But
you really
see,
ain't got shit to do with this.
if Paul make it a triple threat and CM Punk also sell his soul,
Now
that could be where the pool come from.
that could be where the pull come from.
So like, it's like as long as one of y'all win it, The Rock don't care who wins the shit. As long as Cody don't still got the shit.
Right. As long as Rock got a corporate champ, that's all that matters.
Because then
And Punk probably would too.
whoever don't win that match will give you Jey Uso.
I'm just gonna be a little mad, bro, because it's like, bro, this is my problem with the final boss and selling his soul and shit, and why Cena sold his soul in particular,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Us as kids, bro, we did not forget the once in a lifetime, all the shit that y'all was talking about, bro. Like all that cash, all that, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
remember that. Like, and now you align it. Same with Punk. Punk, you was in that fold. You was talking mad cash.
That's why it'd be as crazy.
And it would be just as
Because
crazy.
John Cena looks like a hypocrite right now. If we really think about it, he
Oh
looks
yeah,
like a
we keeping
hypocrite
it
because
straight 100.
everything he said back then, he's doing currently. Even
Right,
before he turned heel, he was doing. Now, obviously, it makes sense because he's an older dude. It don't make sense to still be a full time guy. But the way he was talking about The Rock, he's doing the
now he
same
went
thing
to
that The Rock was
Hollywood.
doing.
Yes, sir.
The only one that has not out of that equation is CM Punk, but he did leave for 10 years. He still left. The
Yeah,
Rock left for what, eight,
yeah, he
seven
still
years,
left.
something like
Yeah,
that?
it's still hypocrisy. Like he
CM
left.
Punk still left. So you can look at all three of them and be like, all three of y'all were hypocrites at one point.
Right,
Because The Rock said what he said about Cena, but then wanted him to sell his soul to him. Cena said everything he said about The Rock and then went and did it himself. CM Punk said what he said about The Rock and Cena, but he also left for 10 years. So it's like,
right.
all of y'all left the WWE at one point when y'all said this is what y'all love, this is y'all's love, this is what y'all like, this is what made y'all, right?
Right.
But if y'all all left at some point, or you all use this to elevate you so that you could go do something else, y'all look like hypocrites.
That would be such a crazy turn for Punk though, because like as long as I've known CM Punk, bro, he's fought Power, he's fought anything corporate related, like anything.
So is Cena.
Yeah, that would be so nuts, bro. I'd be like, I'd probably be sick because I'd be like, bro, like come on, dog, like you done took two of my dogs from the crib.
But I'm telling you, that's how it would have to be like a. It had to be like Randy or somebody. It had to be another one of those. Like, no, not Randy, because Randy been there the whole time. Randy is like that standard bearer. He's like that guy. So it'll have to be like a Drew.
Yeah.
A Drew or Kevin Owens. My mind is
wrapped on Drew. Like, I fully believe he should sell his soul. Like,
it makes the most sense. Like him and The Rock have a relationship outside. We've seen, and everything that he said is never involved The Rock. It's only been Roman and the bloodline that he had, and then the second bloodline he's been like somewhat okay with. He ain't really had no issue with Jacob or Solo or Tama or Tonga. It's been Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Sammy. Everybody else he's cool with. Right. So I think if they go that route, which this is purely hypothetical, I don't think this actually happens. But if they were to go that route, the next guy would be Drew. And then that's when you have like Roman and Seth have to be a team,
right,
to fight against them. And then that's when Randy Punk comes in and Cody comes in.
Right.
Now that would be nuts if we had like Cena, like a heel Cena, heel Punk, heel Drew, and Rock, and then you got Roman, Cody, Seth, and Randy. And that would be crazy.
Back. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, we fantasy booking for sure because them niggas ain't on that.
That shit not happening at all.
Right,
but that would be crazy if it did.
It's like, and this is the problem that we have. Like we
yeah, it is because that shit sound way too fun, and then when it don't happen, we go back. This shit whack.
This shit trash. Now we know that favor was just to get in that main event in that triple threat.
Yeah, that shit whack, man.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But in the grand scheme of things, the return was crazy. How did you feel about the Roman return? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. I know how my brother feels. This is probably the first time I ever seen my dog willingly drop OTCs in my phone. So the return was good. That's a good thing here at Restless Wrestling. That's a great thing.
No, I did when he returned at was SummerSlam.
You did.
I was hyped then. I don't know if I said OTC because he wasn't OTC yet. That was the first time we seen it. But I'm pretty sure I put like the ones up in the chat or something. You
put the ones.
The reason I put OTC because that's what the crowd was chanting, so I was just putting OTC. Sure. But as soon as I heard the crowd start to stand up, start to get a little rumble, I said,
they be giving it away, bro, low key. Because
they really do.
That's all I heard was OTC. I said, where?
Yep.
Where? I'm looking like this. Where? I seen that.
And they panned the camera. They made sure the camera didn't go nowhere near there.
Right.
And then all you see is just a big ass orange. That's
what I'm saying.
And then he threw his ass.
I was like,
Steph said, "The fuck?" And Steph said, "Oh shit."
That had me.
I don't like the way they try to make that nigga look scared though.
Nah, but
Cole was like, "Oh, he look like he's seen a ghost."
But low key though, Steph said, "Motherfucker, got up quick." Nah, dog, not this time, bro. You just looked at that whole match, not this time. But I love how Seth be spamming that the MF. I be weak. Him and Punk be spamming that, and I'm like, bro, y'all, come on, bro. Y'all be going.
No, that shit was fine. It reminded me of when Roman first came back during COVID. It reminds me. I wrote down Roman Reigns wrecked everyone and left. Like that's exactly what he did. Now this one was a little bit more personal because the way like obviously he had already been attacked by Seth, and then he looked in the ring and saw Paul Heyman helping CM Punk up, and he was like, "The fuck?"
Bro, the smile had me fine, bro. The smile had me weak when he said.
Spear! I said, "Oh my god!" And then the spear immediately into the ooh-ah. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was so big. He said, "Boom!" Jumped up. It was all in like one motion. It was like spear up, and the crowd's like, "Ooh, god!" At the same time, I said, "Yeah, that was nuts."
It had me weak, bro. Like the crowd, and this is how I know I'm with the crowd for real, bro. everybody got cheered. Like it was hilarious. Like
Mm-hmm.
they cheered when Punk was here and go to sleep. We was cheering
Yep.
when we saw stomps. We cheered
Yep.
when we saw a spear. Bruh, the crowd went from cheering from like bruh, it was just happy week. Like even when Seth was walking out, everybody
Mm-hmm.
was singing Seth's theme song.
Yep.
Everybody started singing the Code of Personality. And I was
Yep.
like, bro, we just love these dudes. Like, bro, we just love
Yeah.
all of them. And we just don't know which way to go. Unless you a
Literally.
die
Because I
hard
sung
fan of
both
one,
songs.
you don't know what
I
to do.
sung both songs. I did not want CM Punk to win, but I sung both songs.
Oh my mama.
Like, there's
Yeah,
no
see,
way you can't sing that song. Even if it's This Fire Burns, that's
right.
you doing that shit too. So it's like there's a certain people, like it don't matter what the story is or whatever they got going on. Regardless of what they got going on, that music hits when they come out, the crowd is going to rumble. And I like the way that the camera was shaking, everything that was happening when Roman was coming out, it was like, oh shit, it's about to get real. Like,
Right.
and then once he grabbed it, it was like, oh shit. And then they rung the bell. It was like Seth Rollins was the winner. I said, oh shit.
That's
I
what I'm
like the
saying.
way they
Like
did
he
that.
won. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, that's one thing right there for Punk. Like, you had help. But then CM Punk or Seth gonna be like, motherfucker, I just double stomped your ass. Your ass was done.
Right.
Paul Heyman had to help your ass up, so you was done for.
Bro, I was weak, bro. They be acting, bro, like from Seth looking surprised to see Roman, which I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you surprised, my boy. You knew that get back was coming. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You knew that get
Then
back was
get back
coming.
above her.
But
Looking like Naomi. Like, what? Like, nigga, you
yelling,
knew you did what
yeah,
you did.
yelling Bianca in the
What's
sky. You just call her. You know she gone. She not helping you. And we didn't forget.
word? Bianca!
Like
Hell no. I go for
he,
none of that.
I just love it, man. I can't, and it's probably gonna be my favorite match on the Mania card when it's official. Um, just by the superstars involved. But I wanna tippy toe past that just a quick tad, just because we coming up close to the time.
Mhm.
The Io Bianca Rhea segment has to be shown love. On this pod
Boy,
on this episode.
she smacked the fuck out of Bianca.
Oh my mama! I was like, damn. I said, yo, and she lined her up. She gave her the little
Yeah,
push,
she
lined her
said,
up.
woo! I said, oh!
I said, oh my god, man! Like, come on, now the real one, what she ain't hit her that hard. I
Yeah,
said, okay,
because
okay.
she ain't line her up. She just, boom!
She lined Bianca.
Rhea was like, what the fuck?
Stand
Bianca
right here
said,
for me real quick.
she was like, no. And she was like, what? I said, oh.
As an EO fan, how did you feel
I
about
loved it.
this?
I loved it because what what came from this segment is the crowd getting behind Io and feeling like, oh my gosh, she's the underdog in this. They're gonna try to overlook her in this. It reminds me of Ray, Kurt, and Randy in a way. Of like, obviously Io's the champion, Ray wasn't the champion. But like going into that match, like Ray obviously was the underdog in that match because Kurt Angle was already the champion. Randy was the youngest world champion of all time by that point. So you're looking, you're like, oh man, Ray about to win this shit. Like they're gonna find a way to try to get Ray out. A lot of people, like once they said like, all right, it's probably gonna be a triple threat, people were like, all right, Io's probably not gonna win it because it's Bianca or it's Rhea. And then once she won the belt, that's when it was like, okay, there's a chance that she keeps the shit now. Because you don't want to give it to her just to give it to her. So it's like, all right, there's a chance she keeps it. I think this past Monday, at the end of the segment, it wasn't no Bianca cheers, it wasn't no Rhea cheers.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
heavy Io cheers. Like heavy. They was Io, Io.
It
Like,
was heavy.
and you can see when both people mushed her, they booed. Like Io is over with the fans as like being like they understand that she's probably the most talented women's wrestler in the world right now. And she's looked at as an underdog because she's smaller than both Bianca and Rhea. So
Right.
when they both did the mush, and the crowd was like, "Uh-oh," and they started like rumbling when she started to stand back up, and she got back in the middle, and they was like, "Oh shit, what she about to do? What she about to do?" And then she smacked Rhea. They said, "Yeah." She smacked Bianca. They said, "Yeah," and she said, "Yeah."
Hey, bro, when she get to doing that, I'd be crying, bro. Because especially when she left, she just went to the back, and I was like, yeah. And it's funny because like that's real, bro. Like that's real.
No, it
Like,
is.
like, bro, y'all not finna like in English terms. Y'all
They're
not
not
finna
finna
sit here and play
disrespect
me,
you.
bro. Like I'm the champion, bro. I've been doing this, bro. Y'all got me
Yeah,
fucked up. I'm gone. I ain't even doing this no more. I'm gone. And she left, and it was great because
oh
it was
man.
great because my favorite part of the segment wasn't even anything that was really in the segment. It was after,
Mm-hmm.
because the way Bianca and Rhea was looking at each other, like damn, like did we just like fuck up?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
bro, she just smacked the
Like,
shit
damn,
out of
we
us.
just
Like
pissed her off.
yeah, like okay, well I
Because,
guess
like,
we
at a
done.
point, they was all friends at a point.
Right.
Up until EO won, they considered all three of themselves to be friends, or at least be cordial. Now Rhea and Bianca got smoked, and now EO got smoked with both of them. They like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
we might have fucked up for real.
we just fucked up because she was a peacemaker, and now it's like she done been through
As
this.
Penta,
She done been through
you
this.
don't want it. You don't want that smoke. As Penta, you do not want this.
I just saw that match on Twitter. Somebody reposted the Io Sky and Penta match, and I was crying, laughing. I was like, damn, she really been all over the world and did everything. Like, this is
Not for
crazy.
real.
So I really enjoyed that segment. Probably my segment of the week. I'm going to say my moment of the week. Roman returning. My segment of the week. Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
Rhea.
Damn, Rhea. Io had so much aura in that segment. I forgot that what was going on. And then in my match of the week, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say Axiom and Gunther, bro. That shit was fire.
That shit was
That
good.
shit was fire.
That shit
I
was really
loved it.
good. That's one
Especially
of the
when he
matches
kicked
I
out of the
wrote
power
down.
bomb. I was like, ah.
Yeah,
I was like, it's crazy.
yeah. He kicked
So
out. I was like, I said, I feel like he about to kick out. I feel like he gonna kick out, and I was like, nah. And he was like, oh, I said, oh shit, they really about to let him go.
bro, honestly, in my eyes, I would just love to see Gunther on SmackDown because of the matches he could put on.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just made me think of that. Like I mean, they could have threw that. They could have threw that on a Raw. Like I mean, if they were
Mm-hmm.
in, like they probably would have if it was in Barca or whatever. But
Right.
I was just like, bro, like the amount of young talent that can be on
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown with him,
Yeah. You can send a JD over there. Like
right?
JD is good as like
Tough.
JD is really good. Like he hasn't really been. I mean, when he's in the tag team match, you can see it. But when it's like him and Carlito, you're not gonna see it because they're gonna make them like the comedy guys or like the guys that take the brunt. But when it was him and Finn, or it was him and Dom, like you could see the talent. Like the talent has always been there. It's more so just do they believe in him enough for him to
Right.
be one of those guys? But he could go out and do what Axiom did. And Nathan Frazier could go out and do what Axiom did. Like there's some guys that are down in NXT or that are like in that in between. Like we still ain't seen Gunther and Pete Dunne again.
Right.
I need to see that. I need to see Tyler Bate and Gunther again. Like their matches went crazy years and years ago. It's gonna be even better now because they're all even better performers than they were at that point. So um yeah, I definitely think if they send him to a certain show or they send certain people to the show that he's on,
Right.
it opens the door for a lot for him personally.
For sure. Yeah, they doing a good job on Netflix to showcase. Like, I mean, Ludwig has taken a big jump since they've been in Netflix.
Mhm.
I feel like even Pete has had good moments on Netflix since Netflix has been up. Like, they definitely need to just send a little bit more. Because right now, I feel like Raw is so gimmicky. Not gimmicky, but it's a lot of storytelling. It's a lot of segments,
Mhm.
like normal Netflix production. But bro, we could put on some crazy match. Like since Penta has been on Raw, I know I can look forward to at least one banger match on the
Yeah,
card if he's on there.
yeah,
So just seeing them throw a curveball because I didn't expect Gunther to be out there on SmackDown, but
yeah. I
just for
didn't
them to
either.
throw a
The
curveball and
music
put him
hit,
in
and I
that
think the
match,
crowd was so shocked they ain't even really cheer. They was just like, "Wait, Gunther's here?"
right? Like I heard the music, I thought it was Ludwig off rip. I was
I
like,
did
oh,
too.
Ludwig coming out here,
I
cool.
did too.
But then I was like, oh my god, like the champ, you know what I'm saying? The champ is here. He in the building. Like this is cool. And so just more stuff like that. Like it's cool to have your story. Like we're going up to the WrestleMania, but it was cool to see them take a step back and to just put on good matches on
Yeah,
Friday.
I
Like because
agree.
there was a lot of like Street Profits. Um, shout out our dogs. We've been waiting on that. Um,
Hoorah,
Street
hoorah,
Profits.
hoorah. That's tight as funny, but
Like
that's so y'all know.
yes,
That's our
just so
dogs.
y'all know where they coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him do that though, just in case. Because like if they see him in the club, they gonna beat Reek up. They're not gonna beat me up. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Just saying. I'm gonna help you, Reek. I'm gonna try. There's some big ass motherfuckers in that group. I'm good. So we saw the Street Profits. We saw Gunther. We saw Carmelo, Randy. Just a bunch of good matches. I'm glad we starting to put on bangers up into the road to WrestleMania instead of
Mhm.
just telling a story. Um, Monday, I think Monday tomorrow. I think we got Penta Ludwig.
Mhm.
Um, Cody, obviously Cena gonna be talking. I don't know what other. I feel like there's another good match. Finn, Braun,
Oh yeah, Finn and Braun. Don't give him the
Finn and
match.
Braun. I do got a runner up for segment of the week. I'm not gonna lie. The Jade Cargill interview had me crying, bro. Liv
Yes.
had me crying, bro. I'm
Yes.
not gonna lie, bro. She had me crying.
Stupid idiot. Oh, nah. I'll see you next week. Try not to get put onto a car in the
That had me
meantime.
crying.
I
She's like,
said, oh,
I'll catch you in the
hell
car
no.
between now and then. I was like, oh my god. Jay had me weak too. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. I was like, yeah, they on your ass.
Kathy's
But
like,
they
damn, I had a good interview going too. Because
she
Jade
just
was
had me
low
crying.
key. Jade was low key. Make herself look really bad. But hold
I'm
on.
not understanding it though.
She said when she came back too, she saw Jade or she saw Naomi running away. People was like, hold on, how you know it was her? No. Remember what Naomi was wearing? She was wearing some bright ass green and black jacket.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at it, it makes sense in that standpoint. But again, if you she didn't said Bianca was teaming up with her as if nothing had happened. But
You didn't say. That's what I'm saying. You didn't
if
know.
you
Like,
knew it was Naomi, why you ain't say something?
right,
So all y'all look like shitty friends at this point. Like all y'all are bad friends.
right. Because Bianca, how did you not check in and know? Number one. Naomi, yeah, you just slimed your dog out. So you're a bad friend by default. And Jade, still what Liv said, what the hell was you doing back there anyway?
Yeah.
And if you knew how you gonna let Bianca team up and then not say nothing to Bianca, like you just walked straight past her, bro. But I mean, I guess she did kind of clarify it a little bit because she was like, she was my big sis. We was best friends. Like, how can you trust anybody after that? So I understand going AWOL, but it's like you can't come back and be like you was still teaming her, but you didn't let
Right.
her know. So
Like if you
I
see
get. I
Bianca's
hope
reaction,
they.
she obviously didn't think that it was Naomi. So it's like, what are we doing?
I hope they touch on that though. Like I hope they
They
come
have
back
to. They
and
have
like
to.
really touch on that. But
They have to.
you know, shout out to everybody. All right, Rick, give me. We gonna do it again. Give me your segment of the week. Give me your match of the week, and give me your moment of the week.
Segment of the week. I low key like Tony's. Nah, no, no, no. I'll go with Rhea, Io, and Bianca because that was probably got me the most hype all week. Um, moment low key when Stephanie beat Julia because I was shocked. I was completely
That was
shocked
a
by
good
that.
match.
Um, I wish they got more than 9 minutes. I hate that they do that with the NXT main events. Like they put them on so late. Like it's good that so many people get TV time, but you
Right.
gotta give your main event
I
like
mean,
15
I feel
minutes
like
at
that's been a
least.
problem with CW at
Yeah,
least because
yeah.
even the first CW episode with Trick and Ethan Page, me and
Hmm.
you were
That
texting.
shit went like nine
We was
minutes.
like, bro, this shit.
Yeah,
The knee just came out of nowhere in the pin. I was like, bro, this shit is
right.
like stupid
Yeah,
fast. Like, so that's definitely
yeah.
been a thing with CW. That was definitely a big shock. Like seeing that, but I feel like low key, I feel like they were kind of gauging to see who was like more over
Hmm.
at the moment between Julia and Stephanie, and I feel like Stephanie
Hmm.
got to beat a little bit. You can thank Booker
Hmm.
T for that on the low
Low key,
because
yeah.
he's brought a
Hmm.
lot of attention to her, and
Yep.
even in general though. I mean, I've seen Stephanie. I've seen her at hockey games. I've seen
Hmm.
her like do interviews like a bunch of places.
Yep.
So it just seems like they're trying to.
Yeah.
But shout out Julia, she'll be back obviously. Um,
Because I think that
but I
Stephanie was the. I think Stephanie was hired first, if I'm not mistaken. But
right,
Julia debuted first, I think.
right, she did.
Because Stephanie came over right after, like she signed
A
right
week
after.
after. Like she came on TV a
Yeah,
week after. Like
or
no bullshit.
she signed right after the match with Mercedes.
Right.
She was on. I can't remember what pay per view it was, but she had a pay per view match with Mercedes. It might have been Forbidden Door. She had a pay per view match there, and then used that to get into WWE. And then people were mad that she had basically like stopped doing all her indie shows that she had booked up until then. And then she came in. She had a live like a house show match in one of the South America shows, like maybe a month after that. And then she went to NXT. And then Julia debuted. Then Stephanie debuted right after. Then Zarya debuted. Then Jordan Grace came back. Like there was a lot that happened. That's why I was like, damn, they did all this kind of quick. Um, but I feel like Stephanie was the first one to come in, so they're trying to give her like that moment.
That
And
moment, that
it's
shine.
it's also like, who do we think is staying the longest? Is the question for me. Like, is Stephanie staying down there longer, or is Julia staying down there longer? Like, who do they feel is more ready for the main roster?
Right. But
Because
in
I think
reality,
Zarya stays down there for a
yeah,
while,
both need to
and
stay
Jordan
down
Grace
there a
stays
little
down there
bit
for a while.
longer because I feel
Yeah.
like the landscape. Because I'm not gonna lie, like it changes, bro. Whoever's over, under, like not under, but whoever's over. I was about to say like it's gambling, but whoever's over, like it changes. Like
Hmm.
a month ago, Sol Ruka, like she was like over, but I feel like you had to be watching
Hmm.
NXT. Now
Yeah.
everybody wants her to legitimately be a
Hmm.
US champ, like
Yeah.
now. So it's
Hmm.
like stuff changes like
Yeah.
quick. So I
Yeah.
feel like if you have two powerhouses that just legitimately stay, then you can keep building more talent as other
Hmm.
talent
Wow,
eventually
those,
move on.
yeah,
Because I mean, Roxanne is probably just now about to bounce. Like her
yeah,
losing to Jordan,
to Jordan
she's
Grace.
yeah, she's good. Like she's officially on main roster status in
Yeah.
my eyes. So I feel like if you got that big
I
three,
thought they would have
two,
her do it with like Cora Jade to be the last match, but
I'm not gonna lie,
I
but
don't know
she
if that
should
was
have
like her
been.
farewell, but
She
I
should have
don't know.
been gone though. I feel like they kind of dragging it at this point. Like, bro, she really
Yeah,
has
they are.
nothing left to do at NXT, bro. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
you're
she
just
do.
using her name at this point. But
Yeah, you are.
it's business. I respect it, but
Hmm.
I mean, I can't. I don't really like that they're
It's
like
because she won't lose anything from a loss. Like,
right,
you could put Jordan Grace out there with like a Fallon Henley, but both of them would need that win. So you
right,
can't do that. Roxanne doesn't need that win because she's gonna be on the main roster, and main roster crowds don't realize, hey, she just lost last Tuesday to Jordan Grace. Like, they're not gonna know that
right.
shit.
Yeah, that shit's
Um,
oblivious. It's totally two
but
different mafias. I feel like
yeah, it is.
NXT and
Um,
main roster fans.
Now for my favorite match of the week, I wrote down like five that were just like, these were good matches. Um, we talked about a few of them, like Takeshita, Osprey Fletcher, Randy and Mello was good. Gunther Axiom, Fraxton and the Hardy Boys was really good too.
Right.
Uh, they was cooking for a little bit, but my favorite match of the week was Tony and Mariah. Like, I just feel like
Absolutely.
that whole thing coming together, the way it came together. I don't think a better story has been told over the last couple of years, especially in the women's division. But that might go down as AEW's best story.
Right.
Like, and they've had some great ones. They had Swerve Heyman, they had MJF with Adam Cole. Like, but nothing deterred that story at all. Nothing stopped Tony Storm and Mariah May's story at all. Tony Storm came out looking like a star, or even bigger star. Mariah May came out as a star. Like, everything worked out perfectly for both parties. I'm curious to see where Mariah May goes from here. Um, because Megan Bain's going after Tony Storm, so does Mariah May go after Mercedes Moné is the question next. But all in all, I think just that whole story, and I think I just saw that one channel that does like all the stories and like puts them into like one big video. I think I just saw him have their story up, so I'm probably gonna watch that back at some point,
TH14.
maybe later today. What's up?
It wasn't my guy TH14.
I don't think so. I think it was
Nah, it
something
wasn't him. He
wrestling.
his last video was he did just do story of the
Drop
Rock
Mick
and Roman
Wrestling.
Reigns. Yeah, okay, I saw
Drop
that.
Mick Wrestling did the Hollywood story Thomas Tony
Yeah,
Storm
he
versus
does a
Mariah
lot
May.
of what you call it
He
AEW.
does a lot of AEW. So I'll definitely tap into that later. But yeah, that was by far my favorite match of the week. I just think
Yeah, I'm
um
gonna watch that too.
the expectations that were there, um, they exceeded them. Like, I wanted them to main event, and I left thinking they should have main evented. Like, that would have been the perfect way to end the show. It is literally Hollywood ending of the show in, I want to say it was in California. So like, it would have worked out perfectly. Like, everything lined up. They even had um the cast, shout out Kelly Bergman. They had the cast from uh the wrestling movie that just put out,
Yeah,
following, I can't remember
perfect,
the lady's
perfect
name,
heel, or
something like that.
something like that.
Yeah, they
But I
they had
saw
that cast there, and I'm like, all right, like, this is you talked about this a bunch on the pre-show. You talked about it throughout the show. It's like Tony Storm was in the movie. You should have just ended the show there. obviously they wanted the shock factor of Christian not cashing in, but now the fans go home angry. If that shit happens in the middle of the show, you got Kenny, you got Osprey, all of that to make them forget about that shit, and then you still have Tony and Mariah to end the show, and then you're like, damn, that was a great way to end the night, and everybody go home like, damn, can you believe we just saw two women just go crazy like that for 15 minutes? Like,
Right.
I don't know, man, but that match for me right now, match of the year, and it was only 12 minutes long. Like, if that shit went 16, 17, 18, like by far match of the year. But still my match of the year at this point, just because of everything that went into it, all the storylines that went into it. Like, I think it was a perfect story. I don't think there was any parts of the story where it was like, all right, it's kind of dragging. Like, if anything, the story climax happened way faster than I thought it was going to. Like, I thought they were gonna keep it going for a little bit because of how well it was doing, and they
Right.
were like, boom, took the shot. Mariah beat Tony. Tony left for a couple months. Mariah May got her run, and then Tony came back as the rookie. Like, everything that happened just was perfect, perfect, perfect. And the end of the match was perfect too. So that was 100% my favorite match of the week.
That's sounds like a good one. It was a good one indeed. Even if you fell asleep and saw 6 minutes of it, you still got to see a good match. That's how you know it's a good match, man. You can miss some of it, come back, and then still enjoy the match. So,
Yeah.
even if you know
If
you
only
can't get
they
to,
had a way for people to go back and watch the pay-per-views,
it's almost like
because they pay-per-views be hella long, bro.
they be long, and it's almost like
It's like
you didn't have
midnight.
to
Like,
buy
I gotta go to
Amazon
work, bro.
before.
For real.
Like, come on, bro. Like
Like,
this, I thought that was the whole point of the Max, like putting everything on Max, your catalog on Max, but I guess not. But it's okay.
they're
Once
trying to
again, we
take two paychecks.
like, come on, bro. You sound like Dana White. Come on now. But um, yeah, y'all, great wrestling. More wrestling on the way. Obviously, Mania season is approaching. I think we're about 40 days away from Mania in general,
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
close.
kind of
We're
nuts.
it's 19th, so we're almost a month away, like to the day of night one.
Literally, almost
Because
a
I will
month.
be on a plane coming back April 19th, so I'm hoping that I get here in time. So I'm actually gonna have to make sure my flight gets me back here before what they probably start at like 6, 7.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure my flight get me back at like 2, 3.
So my boy can get his rest.
Cause stand and deliver is gonna be earlier on Saturday, so
Right.
I want to see that too. But
Send delivery probably gonna
we'll
be.
see.
I mean, I'm just waiting to see what they do with my dog Trick Williams, man. I don't know if he gonna be heel, face. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on. I don't know
yeah,
what's going on
cause
with this new group. They done attacked my dog Javon, so I don't know what's going on. Like
yeah, they try
little
to pack my
Nexus,
boy up.
little
Yeah, they try to
Shield,
pack
little
my dog up.
Nexus.
But who is running it is the question. That's always what can either build or kill a storyline quickly. Is like, who's the leader and how serious do you take how serious does this leader feel?
All
Because when they
right,
did it with Retribution, it felt good, and then you said Ali, and we was like, with the way y'all portrayed him the past couple of years, this don't make sense. And then they did not portray them well because the Hurt Business beat them up a week
so let's
after.
say okay before we get up out of here, what would kill it if the leader is who? If let's say this is the leader,
Hmm.
what leader kills it? What leader makes it tremendous?
As somebody that's in NXT,
Yes.
so someone like obviously, like I feel like someone like Eddie Thorpe, like if it's him that's behind it, or someone like of his caliber, kills it instantly. But if it's someone like Trick, that's interesting. That makes people think like, okay, when did this happen? When did he start doing this? Now I don't think it's Trick, but if it was, like, okay, I feel like even if it's Ethan Page, I feel
Right.
like that's a good legitimate guy that you feel like, okay, he can hold his own if he has to like go against somebody. But if it's Eddie Thorpe, like, you looking like, Eddie Thorpe not Eddie Thorpe not doing
Right.
that. Now if it's somebody that's like debuting, we won't know until we get to that point. But if it's somebody that's already there and they're just setting something up, I don't know. Like, it has to be somebody that feels like a legitimate contender.
Also, I just want to do an honorable mention for my segment slash moments of the week. I love how Ricky Sanchez is going around on NXT and just telling everybody how angry they are. That shit is funny as hell. He's like, bro, why is everybody so mad around here? Like, what is going on? Like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
Ricky, bro. They like, bro,
I
we
love that NXT allows I love that NXT allows men superstars and women superstars to interact. We
right,
don't see none of that on the main roster. Like we don't ever see them interact on the main roster. NXT is maybe 2 segments a week where it's like men and women interacting. Like the fact that he's interacting with Fallon Henley and them is huge because people that may not know them or people that are watching strictly for Ricky may not may not know who that is. They're like, oh shit, okay, who they? Now you get into that, but I'm like, I'm laughing because I couldn't hear that part live. Like I had it up, but I couldn't hear it because I think I was recording. Um, so I'm looking and I'm like, oh shit, he's talking to Fallon Henley and them. And then I seen Jasmine Nix, the way she looked at him, I said, oh, they trying to get that
they
bloody neck. I was like,
they
they wasn't trying to feel bro at all. And then
But
he
the
was
funny
like,
part about it, like,
the last one, I was like, he definitely asking why they always mad, why
yeah,
everybody.
he was like, bro, why the hell is everybody so angry? But what had me weak is Ethan Page came out and was like, yeah, in NXT we don't really like outsiders like that. I was like, dog, you was what? I was
Like
like,
that's why the crowd
but
was like, what?
bro, it was funny. Like
We don't really
it's
like
doing,
outsiders.
yeah, they doing a good job. But like, I like how NXT lets personality show a lot
Yeah,
more than the main roster do sometimes. Like that's why I was glad to see EO go on her, her Japanese rant in the ring because I'm like, okay,
hmm
because this is a logical crash out. This makes sense. Let her
exactly.
show the personality, and at the end of the day, that's all we really want to know is our favorite wrestler. Like that's how I
Yeah,
feel. So, I mean, great wrestling this week. Everybody cooked. Every promotion cooked to a degree. AEW cooked. I feel like they cooked. They just chose the wrong main event, and the stories are starting to kind of be better. Like Swerve getting back in the main title picture.
hmm
MJF still be a menace, doing whatever the hell he want to do. I mean, obviously Hangman put on a show when he was out there, and even the Hurt Business. Like, bro, I love the Leslie Jones and the Hurt Business shit. That shit had me crying.
that shit had me
Bro,
crying.
she was cutting up, bro, out there, bro. Like even with in
Swerve
Swerve
too.
match, yeah, she was cutting up during Swerve match. So I like that they doing, what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like, what I'm
hmm
saying, just make the business
Like,
fun.
Leslie only room for everybody that's black
And, I ain't gonna be mad at you.
at
I ain't gonna be
all.
mad at you. I ain't gonna be mad at you because if I was in that crowd on Friday when the Street Profits won, yeah, they would have heard me.
Man,
Cause
what? I
finally,
might have jumped the stands. Fuck all
that's all I
that. I'm
wanted to see.
celebrating with my dogs.
On my mama.
And I was hot for a second because I thought they was about to beat Dawkins. They hit their little move. I said, no, they not about to have this happen again. And he kicked out. I said, oh, we good. We here. We here. We here.
We
I was
live.
stressed though. I was stressed. I said,
On
nigga,
my
they
mama.
not about to do this.
I'm
They
flipping
not about
channels
to do
back and forth.
this.
My team's losing. Can't even talk about it.
Oh man.
What a hell of a night. But thank y'all for tapping in to Russell's Wrestling, man. This is probably episode 30, 40. We don't even know, but
Something like
I'm gonna
that.
go back and count. But I feel like some of them
I
are
was about to
gone.
say.
Some of them
I
are
say
gone.
one is for sure hidden, but I think the rest are but there's definitely one hidden.
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head. I was trying to think or like what episode we'd be on. But just thank y'all for tapping in. Don't matter if it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday,
It
Thursday.
says 28 on here.
28. So we coming up on 30. We coming up on 30. Y'all make sure y'all keep tapping into the TikTok. Like I said, the Twitter will be jumping here soon. Just gotta make time. I gotta make some time, y'all. It's about doing it, not telling y'all though. So that's on me, of course. Um, but just make sure you tapping into the TikTok. Very active on there. Very active on YouTube at all times. Tap into the other shows under MMG. We got big things coming. Personalities are through the roof. We starting to find our groove. This show has been found its groove. We don't talk about nothing but wrestling and opinions.
That's
But
a
all of
fact.
our opinions are our own. So we appreciate y'all for listening to them. And we will catch y'all next week. My work schedule been all messed up. They've been going crazy, but we gonna try to update y'all every step of the way. Usually my boy Reek, follow him on Instagram. Usually he posts his story. Um, so just tap into the guy. And yeah, Reek, anything else?
Nah, man, just enjoy this last final stretch to WrestleMania, man. We're gonna be here. WrestleMania might be here for Stand and Deliver. We'll see.
We're gonna see.
Um, but we're gonna be here for. every step of the way. Maybe if we got some big Monday night shows or big Friday night shows, maybe we might pop out for one or two
Might
of
pop out.
those.
I mean, y'all. I mean, and like I said, y'all see us on here. Don't judge me when it's WrestleMania season, cause I'll probably gonna have two fat ass pizzas in here, and we gonna be in this room all day. So we
We
gonna
gonna
be
be
here.
munching.
Yeah, we gonna be munching. So y'all know what to expect with the live shows. Hopefully, I can. I'm gonna try to brainstorm something before Mania to try to make the live show. I'm gonna try to get y'all to hear the audio, bro. I'm still working on that, like trying to figure out how to get the audio so we can
Mhm.
all be in sync. Um, but yeah, man, big things coming soon. That's all I can say. Big things coming soon.
Yep.
So rain, sleet, or snow, right? You know what I'm saying? We
You
ain't
already
gonna say
know.
the whole thing, but you know what it is. So shout out everybody for joining, and we will catch y'all in the next episode.
I don't know. I keep doing the Corey Graves.
He don't love solo no more.